Alright, we're on the play for round 2. We're going to try to shake off the misplays. And this hand, I mean, it looks very strong. If I knew there was an island on top of my deck, this hand would be insane. But I don't think I can take that risk. Oh man. I don't think I can. It's too risky. This hand doesn't do anything, so I'm going to mulligan to 5. And this hand does something if we find lands off the top. Good start to round 2. Here we go. So now we need to draw land, and then fatty off of Looteril Core, essentially. Alright, there we go. Mentor of the Meek, sure. Okay, there's step 1. Guess I shouldn't have played the land, in case I wanted to discard it, but I will need to play that land eventually. Hey! We are in this game, folks. Mull to 3, miss our first land drop. It looks like we might win pretty easily. I'm not going to F6 here, because I might want to use Razaketh's ability at some point. Bird, don't care. Not sure what I actually want to search up out of my deck at this point. It's giving it haste so we can play something else. Unless he just really wants to give his bird a shroud for some reason. Sure. I think he tapped slightly wrong. Maybe he drew the Utopia Sprawl off the Mentor, I don't know. Regardless. Oh, hello. This could be an interesting turn. Oh, I do need to sacrifice another creature. I forgot about that part. Alright, well, we do have a giant flying beater, at the very least. Replay this Recurring Nightmare. For some reason I thought this was just pay 2 life to tutor. Makes sense that you'd have to pay the extra cost. Don't love this card, but it's doing its job so far. He does have a lot of cards in hand. If he's able to find an answer to this Razaketh, we could have a problem in our hands. Though, hopefully it would be... Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know that was in the cube. Probably wants to stack the Jadelight Ranger first. You might have messed that up. Because you don't know if you want to pay or not yet. You gotta see what the Explorer gives you. Unless he already knows what he's doing with his mana. He drew a Plains, and he's keeping Birthing Pod on top. Fair enough. Birthing Pod's probably pretty good here. That might be an issue. Lotus Cobra, that's pretty good too. Go ahead and F6 here. now that I realize that I can't actually use the ability. Give haste, attack for 5. See if a post-combat play. 2-drop. Selfless Spirit. That's interesting. Let's see what we draw. Just a land. Okay, well, let's start off by attacking for 8. That's not going to help, because I've got trample. Alright, so how much damage is he attacking for currently? 7 plus whatever hasty threat he can get out. So what I could do is use Recurring Nightmare to get back the Looteril Core, replay Recurring Nightmare, basically just pay 3 mana to untap my Razaketh, or I can pass the turn with mana open from Makeshift Mannequin. That would also be helpful if he were to destroy the Razaketh, but in green-white he would be much more likely to exile it if he were to find an answer. And I doubt he has a card like Day of Judgment. Ideally he would have like Fiendslayer. I don't even know if that card's in the cube. What to do? I can just play my land and pass and Makeshift Mannequin the Looteril Core to chump block if I need to. That would also allow me to activate the Razaketh at instant speed if I wanted to sack to get something else. So I might as well do that. Play my land and pass. So presumably he's going to get to Birthing Pod this turn. We'll see whatever his best answer is from his deck. Maybe like a Fiend Hunter would be my guess. Sacrifice that Lotus Cobra. Or he's going to have to procure 6 damage worth of haste out of nowhere. I mean, the haste isn't the problem because he has the Lightning Greaves, but we do have the chump blocker at instant speed. Yep, Pod's fine. You can sack Bird, but what 6-power creature could he get that's a 2-drop? I don't even know. You could get Phantasmal Image to copy Razaketh. That would be something. Would that kill me? 8 damage in the air is 5. No, he sacks the Lotus Cobra, so I'm guessing this is Fiend Hunter. Ooh, Reflector Mage, okay. That's pretty good too. So we're gonna go ahead and do this now. So we're getting hit for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can pay 2 life and go to 4. I can search up something to show and tell into play, which is a little risky, but or I can show and tell the Razaketh back in. I think I'm still okay doing this now. We'll just get our best threat. What are my options? I mean, Angel Serenity is the one that comes to mind. We don't have Damnation in here, do we? No, we don't. We can't play a Massacre Worm, but we could show and tell the Massacre Worm into play. Ooh, that actually wins me the game, doesn't it? Yeah, I like that plan. So that gets bounced. Reflector Mage gains haste. We get hit down to 4. We show and tell the Massacre Worm into play. And hopefully that is game. Assuming show and tell doesn't put something into play, that would get rid of the Massacre Worm before the effect happens, but we'll find out shortly. Nope, just a Teferi. So we actually got the job done. Man, what a game. On a mold of 3. Yeah, he was just figuring out the trample in the chat. Alright, so green-white mid-range. Doomblade looks attractive. Don't have Damnation. What do I not want is the bigger question. I like all my cards. We've got something like Tasigur. Tasigur's a pretty good blocker, though. I like Kega. Let's bring in the Doomblade. I could trim on a land. It's not like the worst idea on the draw. Got like a swamp or an island. It's probably a better idea. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue sources. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black. So we can either go 9, 7 or 8, 8. Or we could cut the stronghold on the draw. That's probably smarter. We won't have as much time to use it. Alright. This hand is very slow. But the upside is there. Doesn't actually do anything until turn 4, which I don't love, and it's not even guaranteed we can do anything. We can go like Recurring Nightmare into Careful Consideration, into Skin Render, into Angel of Serenity. I think the upside is worthwhile keeping here, although I'm not 100% sure on that. If this Careful Consideration was like a Thirst for Knowledge, I'd be a lot happier with this hand. Although technically it wouldn't be that much better because we still wouldn't have anything to do on turn 4 to immediately impact the board. Versus if this had been the Careful Consideration instead of the Thirst. Anyway, opponent's off to a slow start. I do like that. Don't love that I'm not drawing lands, though. I guess we're leading with Recurring Nightmare. And how good would Champion of Wits be in our deck? I'm assuming that card's in the cube somewhere. This hand could go very wrong very quickly. Revoker, that's pretty good. We do have the Skin Render though, so I'm not that worried. I'm a little concerned about him just drawing infinite cards though with the Mentor. Land. That was not what I wanted. Can't actually do anything here. This is actually very unfortunate. Very bad sequence of draws. Yep. We're in some trouble here. Chose not to use the Mentor, so he's probably playing a 3-drop. Goyf is tiny. The one notable thing about Goyf, though, is if we use the Skin Render to kill the Phyrexian Revoker, that's going to grow the Goyf by 2, which could be a problem later. And meanwhile, we're just getting beat down a lot. The good news... that's interesting also. Gotta think here. I'm gonna read Necromancy real quick. or sacrifices it. That's interesting. We have a lot of options this turn now, all of a sudden. I can show and tell, put Angel of Serenity into play. That would buy me some time. I can also pass the turn and then combat surprise him with Necromancy on the Angel. Or I could do the same thing with Kaiga. I would take a bit more damage, but then Kaiga would let me gain control of something. Angel's probably better, so I need to make sure I know how this works. Necromancy, wait. Control of the permanent sacrifices at the beginning of the next cleanup step. So it is sacrificed, it's not exiled. I mean, show and tell puts it into play permanently, but it also lets him do something big. I think show and tell is probably the way we have to do it. See what he gets to put in, because he is playing mostly small creatures. I don't think he has something big and dumb. We'll find out. Right now we just need time. Sower, that's pretty rude. But actually, I don't think that's a big problem, because I can just get rid of the Sower. Get rid of Sower, Provoker, Mentor. So he's going to gain control of the Angel temporarily, but then the Angel will exile the Sower and we get the Angel back. So no harm, no foul. Use the ability, yes. Alright, let's see what he can get up to. So now the problem becomes if he ever finds a way to get rid of that Angel, we're back in trouble. Pod. Get Reflector Mage, it's pretty good. This goes back to hand and not to battlefield. Alright, land finally. So now I probably just skin render. Take down that Goyf while I still can. Or I can get rid of the Reflector Mage to prevent him from getting a 4-drop, but that Goyf's gonna grow out of control faster. Doing alright here. We're still pretty far behind on resources, but we have a bit of breathing room now. We might... Ooh, what's this now? Baneslayer. It's mildly annoying, but manageable. Oh, there we go. Might just want to drop Liliana plus on the Baneslayer. That gets Liliana out of range. She gets knocked down to 1, so she's not actually that useful. But what that does do is it can get rid of Phyrexian Revoker. But it might be better just a careful consideration. Take a hit from Baneslayer. Yeah, I think I need to look for lands here. There's a land. Alright, let's pitch the Primus for sure. And I guess Angel. 2 cards I can't cast. Oh, what am I thinking? He can't even use the thing right now. So I should do this, get back the Primus. Get rid of the Birthing Pod. And then next turn we can reanimate the Angel. Get that Baneslayer out of there. What do I want to pitch? I actually like all these cards. Liliana's not doing much, but let's just get rid of Keiga. I'm unlikely to hard cast that even if I find a land. Recurring Nightmare plus Woodfell Primus is a nice combo also. Now I have 2 different ways to get rid of that Phyrexian Revoker when it comes back down. So I just need to untap here without too much else going wrong. I think I'm in good shape. It's been a crazy set of games. Still has that Sower, but he can't cast it anytime soon. So that's good news. So we'll have to be mindful of that. We do have the Doomblade, so I might need to hold on to that for, you know, anticipating that in the future that'll be able to come down and give me problems. Just gonna use Nykthos, not that that matters. And then Revoker, oh, Greaves. Okay. Just wants to get in some extra damage. Oh, he gives the Baneslayer Shroud, sure. Makes sense. Fair enough. We do have a 5/6 Angel of Serenity though. It says first strike. Okay. Yep. Ooh, this is actually sweet. I just realized something. Because I forgot about the Persist. So we get to Recurring Nightmare. Target Angel, sacrifice this, and the Persist triggers first, so we get to destroy the Lightning Greaves. And then the Angel comes back. And let's take out Baneslayer, Mentor, and I think Skinrender. Makes sense to me. Use the ability. Now we can hold up Doomblade. I'll just pitch Thirst. I don't really need that right now. We have everything we need to win. We just need the time now. This is what our deck's supposed to do. Something big. It's fine. It is large and in charge, though. So I have to be careful not to accidentally die to that. Draw. I like land. Lots of options once again. Alright, let's get in there. I think we just passed the turn, holding a makeshift mannequin on Keiga. So we could threaten the double block on Carnage Tyrant. Plus a Doomblade. Let's start with that. We could even Doomblade it immediately to steal a Reflector Mage, but that doesn't really accomplish much. Oof, alright.